Hello, it's Julie from Blossom Tree Papercraft. Thank you for joining me today. Today's card is going to be using the Awesomely Artistic, and the only element that I'm going to be using is the friend sentiment just here. To be honest, you could use any sentiment that you want to use, but I'm using this one just because it fits inside the punches that I'm going to be using for this card. So I'm going to pop this to one side, and for this card you will need a card base measuring 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2, and this is pink pirouette. I've then got a piece of Whisper White, and this is measuring 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm going to pop this to one side, and then I also have some more scrap, some of the pink pirouette and some more Whisper White. So to start with, I'm going to build up all my elements, and bringing in my foam mat and taking the pink pirouette, I'm coming in with a little flower punch from the Itty Bitty Accents, and I'm going to punch myself out 11 of these little flowers. So just go along my cardstock. I'm punching these out, dropping them everywhere, pick them up. So that should be my 11 flowers. So just lay them all on there. Then also from the pink pirouette, I'm coming in with the large scallop oval, and I'm going to punch one of these out. Pop that there too. I can move that to one side now. Then I'm going to come in with my colour, and I'm using Rich Razzleberry, and taking a sponge, I'm just going to sponge all of these little flowers on the edge just to give them a little fuse of colour. This is where we get nice inky fingers. I'm trying to keep my nails and everything out of the way, otherwise I end up popping it all over the card. So I'm just going to keep doing that to all these flowers. Once all the elements are done, this card comes together quite quickly, which is nice. Last one of the flowers. And as always, I don't succeed. Nice Rich Razzleberry thumb now. And taking this scallop, I'm also going to do the same thing, just very lightly on the edge, just to give it that extra little added colour. Pop that to one side as well. Taking the scrap piece of the Whisper White, I'm now coming in with the friend sentiment and going into the ink, inking it up, just stamp that out. I'm then coming in with the 1 3/4 by 7/8 oval. I'm just going to punch that out. There we go. Oops, move that to one side and close down the ink now, and then we can build all these pieces up. So using the bottom of my paper piercer and into the flowers, I'm just popping it into the centre to just make the petals pop up in 3D. And I've got some of the basic pearls, and I'm just going to take, oops, jumping off all over the place, one of them, and I'm just going to pop them into the centre of the flowers just for that added extra detail. Seems like quite a lot of flowers, but once you see the finished card you'll understand why. Oops, all fingers and thumbs. Last one, pop that in the centre. So that's all the flowers done, and then onto the back of the friend, I'm just going to take some of the snail, put that onto the back, and then I'm going to line that up onto the scalloped oval and pop that down. So that's now all the elements done. I'll move that to one side. Bringing back in the Whisper White top layer, I'm now going to come in with some of the metallic thread. I've got the silver one here, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of snail top and bottom onto the, it would be on the right hand side, yeah, it would be on the right hand side at the back, and then taking some of the thread, I'm going to stick that down onto the back, and then I'm going to start wrapping it over the front of the card, and I'm kind of making like a crisscross pattern onto the front. And I'm using the snail at the back just to help me secure it onto the back. Taking some scissors, let's cut off the excess, and then just, oops, come on, stuck. I think what I'm going to do, if I can find some tape, just to make sure that this is really secure, I'm going to take some, what shall I use? Oh, I'm going to use some of the metallic tape from Celebration actually, and I'm going to use that just to make sure that these ends are secure on the back there. I'm just going to do that top and bottom just for added security. So that's that part now done. Bringing in the card base, I'm now going to use some snail and I'm going to attach this onto the base. Trying to get it all level. Then we can come in with our elements and start building this all up. So onto the back of our sentiment, I'm taking a couple of dimensionals onto the back. And where the metallic thread is crisscrossing, I'm just going to pop that onto the edge there, like that, and then turning over all of the flowers, and using my paper piercer and taking some glue dots, I'm just going to start sticking the flowers on around the sentiment, so that it becomes sort of encrusted with flowers on that part there. And then I'm then going to start sticking them down the metallic thread, just randomly spaced, just spacing them out. And again, do the same at the top. Oops, get my fingers stuck. And the last one. And there we go, that's the card finished. So it's quite pretty, very simple, and comes together quickly once you've got all the elements made up. So I do hope that you've enjoyed that. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.